We've always been the kind of people who lean into change. The pursuit of a life less ordinary. At this stage, you might call it a habit, or even an addiction. Whatever it is, we're hooked on the upheaval. Whether it's uprooting our lives, chasing dreams, or rolling the dice on a new adventure. It's in our blood. But this time, it feels different.
On to the top!
Back in 2019, after 3 years of grinding, we pulled off what felt like a miracle. Buying our first boat. But then COVID came along, forcing us to sell. It was brutal. And just like that, our dream of sailing was gone. Or so we thought.
What do you reckon? Good idea to buy a boat?
Yeah.
Now we have landed a second chance. Challenging and unexpected.
Carnarvon Sea Rescue. This is sailing vessel Nautigirl on 16.
Like the universe reminding us, we have unfinished business. We're in Carnarvon, where our newly purchased 42-foot steel Swanson sits bonny at the Carnarvon Sailing Club. Jobbo is working FIFO in the Pilbara mines, and I'm here, patiently awaiting my spousal visa, soaking up the warm winter vibes of this coastal gem, where the Gascoyne River meets the Indian Ocean. A few months ago, right after we bought Nautigirl, we had to make a mad dash back to Canada to honour a few commitments. Catch up with friends.
It's lovely.
Ride bikes.
It's looking cool.
Yeah.
Just chilling.
And run some promised errands.
Double kill.
How many bundies you got there, Joe?
It all feels like a blur now. But the second we touched back down in Australia, the real hustle began.
Morning. After a long old trip, we're back in Oz. The mountains are so beautiful. I mean, we're at a nice little spot here. No complaints. But now we're back, it's like, we're heading to the boat. So just popped in, a couple of little things we've got to get taken care of, go to storage, sort all our stuff, buy a couple of things, some solar and a battery and stuff to sling in the boat, and go see my sister and nephew, hang out with them for a little bit, and then start making our way north and go up and jump on this boat and see what we actually bought.
We made it to Carnarvon a swift 2 days after touching down in Perth, heading straight to the boatyard. It was right about now that the oh shit, we bought a boat. Are we really doing this? Anxiety struck, as we only had 3 days to slap on some antifoul and get her ready for launch.
What's happening?
We're on our boat. It's hot in Carnarvon. This is a metal boat. It's been sat in the sun all day, so we're just trying to get all these portholes open. That won't do. So ventilation first, getting all that stuff on board. The mechanic's been in. That was kind of like in our purchase agreement that the mechanic could come in and service the engine, and everything's still pulled apart and his tools are still laying around, so I guess that means he didn't finish. But we're gonna start moving in anyway, because YOLO, gotta get moving. I'm like dripping. But stoked, big drive. At least now we can start to make progress.
What you doing?
I'm just trying to organise what they're doing with their electrical system here. So they've got 2 starter batteries that then one got put in the house bank because the house bank was toast, and I bought a house bank battery up. So I'm just trying to like work out their wiring, what's here, what's where. Essentially, I got a solar panel, got a house battery. We're trying to get lights on in the boat so we can just like live on here while we do everything else. So just have enough for light so we can start testing systems and seeing what is and isn't working.
I'm gonna go and get you wet. See how it's coming on.
Yeah.
We familiarised ourselves with the essentials, getting to know some quirks and checking what needed immediate attention. The evening was spent prepping the hull, giving her a proper scrub, while soaking in those unbeatable West Coast sunsets.
Morning.
How's it going?
Well, day 2 on the lovely Vicine. So we're going to start bottom painting today. It's early, going for a walk, beat the flies.
Where are we right now?
We're by the Vicine,
Yes.
which is the waterway that trapped all the boats.
Carnarvon's boating waterway, called the Vicine, is so shallow it's home to a surf break. Some locals call it a nautical graveyard.
And it's so sad that the boaties of this town, all the people that have boats and want to go out to sea, they have a hell of a trouble.
Barry Scott helped build the waterway in 1952, but has reluctantly sold his boat because he hasn't been able to use it for 5 years.
I don't think there's any other town that would have to put up with that.
The Vicine has been out of action because of a natural build-up of silt and sand. In February, seasoned sailor Wolfgang Landsberg hired a 20-tonne crane to launch the hybrid ark after being stranded for 4 years. This dredger was used to unblock the Vicine in 2018. However, Cyclone Damien filled it full of sand again in 2020. In the same year, the Shire of Carnarvon handed management of the waterway to the government.
But now it's been dredged, so you can get back in here again with the boat. So this is where we will be bringing our boat once we get it back in the wow to...
Nice. And today we start the bottom paint, or as Boatyard Bruce told us off, as antifoul. And to get it right.
Get it right. We don't like bottoms around here.
Yeah, so hopefully get the primer on and slap on a little bit of antifoul and aim to get the boat in by the end of the week into the water, at least.
Sounds like a plan.
I've got puffy hair.
We did get better.
Primer's on, I've got the first coat on one side. Cheryl's been beasting it. We didn't want to go blue, that's all they had, but it'd be underwater, you won't be able to see it. So we're gonna do 2 full coats of the blue antifoul underpaint. Get in trouble calling it bottom paint all the time. Antifoul paint. So we got to roll on 2 coats and then 1 extra bit on all the leading edges to take a bit of extra wear, but we're doing it, getting it done. Nice day out, rocking it. Where was I? She blew.
She is blue.
Very blue. How's that though? That wasn't terrible. 1 coat down.
Nope,
Time for breakfast.
definitely time for breakfast.
After a year on the hard, Boatyard Bruce started to prep the jinker for Nautigirl's grand exit. Mark, the ex-owner, helped out and was scheduled to join us for the launch.
Yes.
Together we would carefully shepherd this 18-ton beauty safely into the water and around the bend to the Carnarvon Yacht Club, where she'll sit tight for a few months.
Not bad.
Yes. Good morning. What do we got on the go today?
Well, it's a very exciting day today. It's launch day.
Lunch,
like
dude.
3 days earlier than we were anticipating. We just got the second coat of antifoul on last night. Like, we've got to get the anodes back on as quickly as possible because Mark's going to be here in about an hour, I think. And then everything's going to start to get moving.
Awesome. So what are you doing there?
I am cleaning up the contacts here because we need good contacts with the anodes to make sure they work because we do not want any electrolysis.
That's it. Nice.
What's that you got there?
Fresh zirconium. Sacrificial anode. So this gets sacrificed to the ion gods, so our hull doesn't. But we got a couple of new ones, so
we didn't want to replace them all because some of them are, I mean, they're mostly there. You know, it's kind of, we won't go crazy. So 2 of them are really dicked, so we're just going to do 2, slap them on, get them wet. Let's go. First time's moved in a while. Yeah. Alright, here we go, underway. Bruce is just hooked on with the loader there. And he's doing these fancy 100-point turns to get us out of there. Obviously it's a real tight spot and we're a heavy load, but this has come around quick, but exciting, nerve-wracking. Keen to get in the water. Let's go.
Douglas is just testing the water photos here, making sure it's a good temperature for launch.
I think that's the keel probably just getting wet. Just dipping its keel toe in. Yeah.
So pull that yellow rope.
Hey, on the bow strap.
I might start the motor actually.
Yeah. We're clear, Mark.
Here you go. It's all yours.
This is so exciting.
Yeah. I mean, it would be a boat. It's a bit stressful, right? Hey, she jumps on there. Yeah, it's right. So, is that Chris? Just they're actually, the way they do it is different.
Well, it's not all plain sailing, as they say.
Give us a little pull. That'd be alright.
But no sooner than we ran aground, a skinny, white-haired Hulk Hogan lookalike appeared. Part salty sea dog, part Wild West outlaw.
You've got another rope you can attach to there. Yeah, there we go.
A Wild West ocean cowboy, if you will, here to save the day.
That's quite a lot.
Now we're just going to get that line going in his prop.
Oh.
Unreal, thanks so much for that. Saved our day.
What just happened?
We ran aground.
First time?
That's our first time running aground. You know, it's like shortcut.
Watching this footage now, I'm struck by just how lucky we were to have Mark on board for the launch.
I know, it's sad, isn't it?
Jobbo and I really want to give a heartfelt shout out to both Kris and Mark for their incredible support during this handover. It's like the universe aligned, drawing us together through the shared love of the sea and the serendipity of buying this sailboat. This moment reminds us of all the chance encounters we've had with strangers on our travels. People who entered our lives unexpectedly and quickly became dear friends. They've shown us such kindness, generosity and warmth, always arriving with just the right spirit when we needed it most. As we step forward into the resurrection of Project Freewheel, may we carry that same energy with us, the same sense of connection and gratitude for all the incredible moments and people we've encountered along the way.
Windy.
Hold on to your hat.
Next time, we're diving into the to-do list. Taking the dinghy out for its first spin. Oyster darling. And putting Nautigirl through her paces on her first shakedown sail.
Well, first sails are always a little stressful.
If you're enjoying following along on our journey, give our video a like and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss what's next. And don't be shy, drop us a comment. We'd love to hear your thoughts, tips, or just a hello. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.